Hurricane Milton, once a fearsome Category 5 storm, has weakened to a Category 4. This change in intensity, while somewhat reassuring, should not lead to complacency. The storm's sheer size and power continue to make it a formidable force of nature. Despite this slight decrease in intensity, it still poses a significant threat to the state of Florida. Residents are urged to take all necessary precautions. Preparations are in full swing as people board up windows, stock up on supplies, and secure their homes against the impending storm. Maximum sustained wind speeds have decreased to 155 miles per hour. These winds are still incredibly dangerous, capable of uprooting trees, damaging buildings, and causing widespread power outages. The force of the wind alone can turn everyday objects into deadly projectiles. However, this remains a powerful and dangerous hurricane. The storm surge, which is the rise in sea level due to the storm, can lead to severe flooding in coastal areas. Large waves and intense rainfall will only add to the potential for catastrophic damage. The National Hurricane Center warns that Hurricane Milton is still capable of causing catastrophic damage. Meteorologists are closely monitoring the storm's path and intensity, providing regular updates to ensure the public stays informed. Emergency services are on high alert, ready to respond to any situation that may arise. The storm is currently on a path towards Florida's Gulf Coast. Evacuation orders have been issued for low-lying areas, and residents are being advised to move to higher ground or designated shelters. The path of the hurricane is being tracked meticulously, with constant updates to ensure the safety of those in its way. Landfall is expected late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. The timing of the storm's arrival means that it will likely hit under the cover of darkness, making it even more dangerous. Residents are urged to complete their preparations as soon as possible and to stay indoors once the storm begins. The combination of high winds, heavy rain, and potential flooding makes this a life-threatening situation. Stay tuned to local news and weather updates for the latest information on Hurricane Milton. Millions of residents in Florida are bracing for impact as Hurricane Milton approaches. The storm's track puts coastal communities at high risk. Storm surge, high winds, and heavy rainfall are all major concerns. Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for the entire state. This allows for the mobilization of resources and the coordination of emergency response efforts. Residents in vulnerable areas are being urged to heed evacuation orders. Across Florida, residents and authorities are making extensive preparations for Hurricane Milton. Grocery stores are reporting shortages of essential supplies like water, batteries, and non-perishable food. Lines at gas stations are growing longer as people fuel their vehicles. Many residents are boarding up windows and securing loose objects around their homes. Others are helping neighbors who are elderly or have disabilities prepare for the storm. The sense of urgency is palpable as the clock ticks down to Milton's arrival. Hurricane Milton is expected to bring a trifecta of hazards to Florida: storm surge, high winds, and flooding. This powerful storm is currently churning in the Atlantic, gathering strength as it moves closer to the coast. Meteorologists are closely monitoring its path, and residents are being urged to prepare for the worst. Storm surge, the rise in sea level caused by a hurricane's powerful winds, is particularly dangerous. It can inundate coastal areas and cause widespread damage. The National Hurricane Center predicts storm surge of up to 12 feet in some areas. This could flood homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. Coastal communities are especially vulnerable, and evacuation orders have been issued in several counties. High winds, capable of downing trees and power lines, are another major concern. These winds can reach speeds of over 100 miles per hour, turning debris into dangerous projectiles and causing extensive structural damage. Emergency services are on high alert, ready to respond to downed power lines and blocked roads. Heavy rainfall could lead to widespread flooding, especially in low-lying areas. Rainfall totals could exceed 15 inches in some regions, overwhelming drainage systems and leading to flash floods. Residents are being advised to have emergency kits ready, including food, water, and medical supplies, and to stay informed through local news and weather updates. The combination of these three hazards makes Hurricane Milton a particularly dangerous storm. Authorities are emphasizing the importance of heeding evacuation orders and taking all necessary precautions to protect life and property. The aftermath of such a storm can be devastating, with long-term impacts on communities and the environment. Recovery efforts will likely be extensive, requiring coordination between local, state, and federal agencies. As the storm approaches, the focus remains on ensuring the safety and well-being of all those in its path. Stay safe, stay informed, and be prepared. The Florida National Guard has been activated to assist with hurricane preparations and response efforts. Thousands of guardsmen are being deployed to help with evacuations, distribute supplies, and provide security. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is also pre-positioning resources in Florida. President Joe Biden has approved a federal emergency declaration for Florida. This will provide federal assistance to supplement state and local response efforts. The declaration also authorizes FEMA to coordinate disaster relief efforts. Mandatory evacuation orders have been issued for several counties along Florida's Gulf Coast, including Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Manatee counties. These orders are in place for residents in low-lying areas and mobile homes, who are particularly vulnerable to storm surge. Emergency shelters have been opened throughout the state to accommodate evacuees. These shelters are providing food, water, and a safe place to ride out the storm. Transportation assistance is being provided to those who need help evacuating. This year's hurricane season has been particularly active, with several major storms already forming in the Atlantic Ocean. Scientists believe that climate change is contributing to the increasing frequency and intensity of hurricanes. Warmer ocean temperatures provide more energy for hurricanes to develop and strengthen. Rising sea levels exacerbate the threat of storm surge. As climate change continues to warm the planet, the threat of powerful and destructive hurricanes is likely to increase. With Hurricane Milton bearing down on Florida, it is crucial for residents to stay informed and take all necessary precautions to ensure their safety. This means taking proactive steps well before the storm makes landfall. The National Hurricane Center, or NHC, provides regular updates on the storm's track, intensity, and potential impacts. Checking these updates frequently can help you stay ahead of the storm. Local news outlets and emergency management agencies are also valuable sources of information. They often provide localized updates that are crucial for understanding how the storm will affect your specific area. Residents should heed the advice of local authorities, follow evacuation orders, and understand the routes and shelters available to them. Evacuation plans should be made in advance, considering the needs of all family members, including pets. Having a plan in place in case of an emergency is essential. This plan should include a communication strategy, a designated meeting place, and a list of emergency contacts. Make sure everyone in the household knows the plan and their role in it. Preparedness is key to staying safe during a hurricane. This includes having an emergency kit with essential supplies such as water, non-perishable food, medications, and important documents. Your emergency kit should be easily accessible and ready to go at a moment's notice. Regularly practicing your emergency plan can help ensure that everyone knows what to do when the time comes. Community support is also vital. Working together with neighbors can make a significant difference in how well you weather the storm. Local businesses and volunteers often play a crucial role in hurricane preparedness and recovery. Remember, the aftermath of a hurricane can be just as challenging as the storm itself. Being prepared can help you recover more quickly and efficiently. By taking these steps, you can help ensure the safety and well-being of your family and community during Hurricane Milton and any future storms.